just so goofy, so silly, and I think you're just gonna love it. So you should definitely check those guys out for sure. If you'd like to sponsor them, just go ahead and do it. And if you'd like to, then afterwards, after you're done giving pretty much, let's see, the government takes about 30% of your money. So, and then maybe another 20% comes out in taxes. And then you probably need, I don't know, at least 20% of that to survive. So they'll maybe take 25% of that and sponsor those guys, or anybody else that I tell you to sponsor. Maybe you can just set up a fund just so that you can wait for me to tell you who, and then you can look that person up and just directly, kind of just siphon them your funds directly, 25% of your funds. And then that last 5%, they do deserve more of your money than you do, for sure. And you'll understand why once you check them out. So maybe then if you happen to have, just any excess income after that, you can definitely sponsor me. And the work that I do here at Jam Records, it's hard to keep the entire building running when I don't make any money currently. It's hard to, it's a large building. It's actually an 18th century mansion that I inherited through my great aunt's great uncle, who was a rich troubadour from Scotland, and he actually invested so much into the building that it was Tesla used it as the place that he pretty much did all of his electric sort of endeavors and all of the experimentation that he was doing with electricity. Actually all happened where I'm doing this podcast from. So that was it was a really easy transition, yes, to be able to produce this podcast on my app, on my phone. But it's more than that, and it takes more than that to run this building. There's a lot of ancient ghosts that live in this building that need a lot of different support and stuff like that. So all I'm trying to get at is that, it's hard to make ends meet all the time. Especially because I'm a little fat. I like to eat, and it's hard to eat as much as I want to eat when I can't afford to. So if you ever feel like you want to, with any of the money that you're not directly siphoning just directly to, people like my friends Shasha Beef, who is an amazing artist, or comedians like David Lucas or William Montgomery, or anybody else that I end up telling you about later on. If you're not sending your money there and you want to send it to me because Lord knows that you don't want to spend your money on yourself, you'd much rather give it to somebody else, then you can do so by supporting me through Patreon or through PayPal or through the Pony Express, whatever's easiest for you. I'll put links somewhere eventually. I'm somewhere. I'm there. My name is Jam Fox. Here I am. You can also find me on the internet. I'm often there as well. I'm really, I'm a person, but I'm also an online person. So I'm also just like this virtual sort of identity who doesn't exist outside of your ability to conceive me. The first episode is going to be a little chaotic, and it's probably going to end up being a little bit too serious. As I get into it, it's probably going to be a lot to digest. So I like throwing in a lot of this random stupid humor to kind of keep things running and keep things moving. But I also don't want to shy away from the truth. And I don't want to, the whole point of this podcast is to be able to